Ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
You wanna? Yeah, yeah. I was born. I was born ready.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guess who's back?
Loosh
Ibby.
and you. It's the cool cousins. We're back for another one. I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good too, man.
Yeah?
It's good to be back.
I'm feeling like I don't know. I'm feeling refreshed. Maybe because COVID is like dying down.
Yeah.
a little bit. I got all of my floral. All my colorful shirts are now out. I got them freshly pressed and cleaned.
For those of you who don't know, Loosh absolutely loves floral shirts.
It's a hot dad summer.
It's definitely a hot dad summer. Well, it's about to be a hot dad summer.
It's a hot dad summer. I'm not holding back. What do you mean? You had me in the house for 2 years.
Oh my god.
And now we're finally free to do what we want. It's a hot dad summer.
Not quite, but getting there.
Yeah.
Almost free to do whatever we want.
No, it's true, but I'm feeling good lately. I'm eating healthy and I'm taking care of myself physically, mentally, spiritually. And like I said, it's a hot dad summer.
That's it, man.
The lawn is green. The edges are crispy.
Oh yeah.
The hands are on the hips.
Oh my god.
I'm giving the nod to my neighbors.
Oh,
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your ammo.
Ibi, why are you feeling good? You have some news. Do you want to fill us in?
I mean,
Yalla.
Yalla. Guess who got
Guess who got locked?
Guess who got I'm locked up. She won't let
me
out. No. There's no they, bro. There's no they. It's I'm locked up. She won't let me out.
Wait until you get the second, third, and fourth.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ibi, you got married, religiously married, and I'm looking forward to the big celebration coming up in due time. And yeah, man, that's really exciting for you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Ibi's
I'm very excited as well.
You're growing up.
I'm growing up, man.
I don't mind that.
It's moving so fast.
It is. Yeah. Well,
that's life, man.
You gotta enjoy it. Well,
of course.
So speaking of, this is actually a really good segue. I didn't even plan this.
No, it just happened.
We got an email, and the subject line is "Help cousins. He wants the visa."
Uh-oh.
So, and I'm not talking about the credit card. I'm talking about the capital V, not the lowercase v.
What a way to start the subject. What a way to start the subject, man. Right off the bat. Just he wants the visa.
And then she put the laughing emoji. Now, of course, just for the sake of privacy and confidentiality, we always got your back. We're not going to mention any names here. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to run through the messages, and this is a good relationship question, a good case study, something just really culturally relevant for us to talk about, because a lot of people that watch and consume our content on YouTube are not from the Arab culture.
No, they're not.
And they are typically interested in the Arab culture, specifically in somebody from the Arab culture. And so, we talk about dating, we talk about marriage, we talk about tribes. We did that whole 90-day fiance thing. And a lot of people now have just been coming and they're saying, it kind of opened my eyes to like, holy, there's a lot of people that are in relationships with Arabs that are non-Arabs.
And they just want advice.
Yeah.
Well, you've come to the right place.
You've come to the right place, and you also made me realize like just how complicated we can be.
Of course, bro.
As a culture.
Yeah.
We're hard, bro.
Well, realistically speaking, once you're going to any other culture, it's going to be hard. So it's a different genre in general. Like it's
a different genre.
It's ridiculously different.
Whether it's male or female, like it's not even like, oh, you're with the Arab culture, cool. Here are some rules, you can apply it to both genders. It's like, nah, the men and the women have two different rule books.
Two different roles.
So let me run through the email.
Let's do it,
and we'll go back and forth here, because this was a deep, heavy one, and I had some follow-up questions and everything. Hey, cousins Loosh and Ibi. First off, thank you for your videos. Always unbiased, fair, and entertaining. Thank you.
Don't mind that.
I don't know about unbiased. I think we're pretty biased.
I mean, we can be, but
I try to check my bias all the time, but then I rewatch our videos and I'm just like completely like subjective,
like slamming left and right, bro. Yeah. It's
just like, here's my opinion. So here it goes. I have been trying to learn Arabic, and so videos started popping up, which led me to want to learn more about Islam. Fast forward recently, I met a guy from Tunisia on Facebook.
okay.
He was gorgeous. I video called him, sure it was going to be a catfish and that he wouldn't answer, but to my surprise, it was him.
Red flag. I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, listen. Hey, listen, I'll tell you one thing, bro. He was gorgeous. Like, people say looks aren't everything. That's cap.
Of course it is.
You know?
Of course.
It's cap. Now, if you tell me looks on social media isn't everything, I would, okay, that's no cap, because social media is one big lie. Right? It's dangerous.
Well, bro, filters on top of filters.
It's like, first of all, if it's a girl, they're wearing makeup in real life, and then they're adding layers of filters on top of that. No.
Scary.
And then you're using emojis to kind of make up for your personality.
Yeah, to portray emotion.
But that's good though if he's gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
but like you said, it is sort of something to consider. And to my surprise, it was him. We've been talking for a few weeks, and he teaches me about Islam, Arabic language, etc. I'm Mexican, born in LA, raised in the Mexican culture. I'm 33 with a 16-year-old daughter and 11-year-old son. And no, Ibby, she's still not married.
Now that's a fan right there.
She's still married? That is a fan.
She's still married.
Yeah, that was Brittany from 90 Day.
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord. So, so he is 27, typical Arab Muslim guy who helps his family and has a degree in some kind of construction field. My first thought was he wants the visa. We have a great connection. We talk. Well, she's saying my first thought is he wants the visa, but she hollered at him first.
Okay.
It seems.
Well then.
So I think we were talking about checking our biases earlier.
Yeah.
I think that needs to happen
Now.
Okay,
well, hold on. What makes you, like, where did you get that idea that she hollered at him first? Did she start off the convo saying what exactly?
So all she said was, I met a guy from Tunisia on Facebook. He was gorgeous. She video called him. Sure, it was a catfish. And she didn't think he would answer, but then he answered. And then they've been talking for a few weeks.
Okay.
So her first thought was he wants the visa. So maybe he hollered at her first. I'm not entirely sure, but still, if you feel like he wants the visa, and that it doesn't have to be like the rule of law. I use the law of probability in a lot of decisions I make. 51-49. If it's 51, he wants the visa, keep walking, mama. Keep walking. I don't care how gorgeous he is.
100%.
But in this case, she didn't. So let's see what happened. We have a great connection. We talk all the time, even though he's in an 8-hour time difference. He started talking marriage rather quickly.
Pause.
And express he wants to live, work here.
Brakes, bro. Brakes. Slam them hard.
I mean, it's like...
I mean, like, no. Listen. You're going from step 1 to step 20. Like a rocket ship. It's usually the woman that starts talking about marriage first. Because
they want to get married.
They want to get married, of course.
They want to lock it down.
It's rare for a man to do so.
They want to retire.
Yeah, right away. They were
off the market.
Off the market, bro. What do you mean? So quick. No, but like, yeah. Once again, like it's usually the woman that wants to get married before that. It's usually the woman that brings up that topic.
Yeah.
But for it to be brought up over a video call or through Facebook is kind of.
But we're talking about two people under equal circumstances.
Yes.
You're right. But these are two people under unequal circumstances. He's in an underdeveloped country looking for a better future, 27 years old, right? At 27, I was like a puppy chasing a bone. And I live here in Canada. I had every opportunity available to me. Alhamdulillah. So imagine him, you know? But so for me, it's like, bro, you're on Facebook. You're using nice, attractive, gorgeous pictures. You link up with a nice, spicy Latina who's older than you. And you're doing all the things already that culturally we frown upon. And then at the 11th hour, you want to go ahead and get cultural on her. Bro, why are you talking marriage? What do you know what I mean?
The thing is, like, okay, did he say he wants to marry her or he's looking to get married? Now that's another question right there.
He started talking marriage rather quickly and expressed he wants to live/work here in the States.
Okay.
And travel and invest in Tunisia.
It's a little bit of a gray area.
Which is all great things. Yeah. We agreed on almost everything. And what we don't, we talk through. We never argue. That kind of raised an eyebrow. You never argue? That's a pressure cooker right there.
It is. It's literally,
you need arguments.
You need arguments because the smallest things start to build up and they build up to a big explosion, man. Like you're just going to explode in the end. Yeah,
especially when you're 8 hours away, time difference. I love the way he treats his mom and sisters. Okay, big up for that.
Shout out.
And we have intellectual convos. Very good. Love that. Yesterday, he told me that he talked to his mom about me and told her it's serious. Is it though? Is it though, bro?
I mean,
is it though? You know, like that's the problem that I have with these intercultural interactions is that we often find people moving at different paces.
Yeah. Like it's you got to slow it down.
You know, you're 27. Okay. I'm not saying he's young. I'm not saying he's old. You know what? 27, pretty good. Maturity-wise, everything, I think that is a very good average age range to start making that decision. Okay, that's checked off the list. But my man, you're on Facebook, you're talking to a girl who seems to be into you, but she's only into you because of you want a woman to be attracted to you. Physical attraction, I don't care what anybody says, you need to be desirable to your partner.
Facts.
And that's like for life.
Yeah. Thing is though, on top of that, it's like the way you are on social media is completely different than in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they talk through Facebook or text or whatever way more than they video call. Like 95% of their conversations are through text.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you can like portray your personality in so many different ways through text. And that person receiving it may take it the wrong way as well.
Yeah.
You may say it in an aggressive manner because, well, not aggressive. You may say it in a straightforward way, and he'll take it in a soft way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just by using an emoji.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, like, he doesn't know how you talk yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
your body language, your eye contact, like all that stuff is a big factor.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, so I'm from the old school. So I message the way in the same style that I am in person. Excuse me. So if someone says something and I read and I laugh, I don't need to let them know that I laughed. I don't need to write LOL, right? Like if it's funny and they know it's funny and they know me, they'll know that I'm going to laugh. I'll leave the check marks on blue. Like that's okay. You know, if I feel like that's a natural end to the conversation. But I think what's happening now with the newer generation is they are adopting two different ways of communicating, right? And they're actually starting to communicate in person the way they do online first. Whereas for us, it's like the opposite.
Yeah. So now you got to adjust yourself to the way you talk online and
exactly
like transfer that in person.
Exactly. Like if I were single on these apps these days, I would be like Johnny Depp, smooth, cool, calm, cool as a cucumber, just chill online. And then you see me in person and I'm like, aw. Hey, how are you?
Yeah. Like literally, like at this point, it's so hard. It's so hard meeting people online. Because
I was just talking to my friend yesterday. He's in his mid-30s. He's like, I've given up on everybody.
Like, it's so much easier to meet somebody in person and then start talking to them through text. It's so much easier.
Yes.
Now it's working backwards.
Now you meet somebody through text and then you expect it to translate in person. Mm-hmm. And we're just talking friends. We're talking dating. These people are talking marriage. These people are trying to build lives together through the online forum. But anyways, let me continue here. So she loves the way he treats his mom and sisters. So yesterday he talked to his mom about me and told her it's serious. His sister-in-law is a non-Muslim. She likes me and says I'm beautiful. All right. I just don't want to be naive and jump into something too quickly.
That's a very good way to think.
I just don't want to be naive and jump into something too quickly. Mama, listen, cousin to cousin. Okay. We're straight up. All right, this is where we real is real. All right, there's no caps here. You don't want to be naive and jump into things too quickly. With that said, you're 33 and you have a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old. Okay, that lesson, I'm happy that lesson was learned later, but at the same time, as far as he's concerned, he's probably looking at you and he's like, yo, this girl just wants a hot boy and like she'll be okay with whatever she gets because she's already kind of had her kids and she's already committed to another man in that way.
Wow, I never thought of that.
Right?
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Damn.
So like and that's the point that I'm making here is market value.
Yeah.
What is your true market value? And I appreciate you not wanting to come in and jumping into something too quickly. But now it's kind of like you're making him wait and pay sort of a tax that he's not ready to pay. To pay.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't in your past situations. And now all the worlds are kind of mixing together. You know what I mean?
Sloppy.
I've been married. Okay, here we go. I've been married once before and know it's easier getting into marriage than getting... Oh, that's big facts.
Oh,
that's big facts. I know that it's easier getting into a marriage than getting out of one. I never wanted to get married again, but he has made me want things with him I did not want prior to meeting him. Okay. I was going to send you a screen record of our text conversation so you can get a better grasp in order to get your perspective on the situation. But this is already a long ass email that you may never open. Let me know if, okay. So yeah, she had sent this a while ago and we were so busy and we had Ramadan and everything, but super happy to finally be in this. All right. So I sent her some follow-up questions. All right. Right off the bat, I asked her, are you willing to convert?
Okay. Big question.
Yeah, it's the biggest.
It's the biggest one.
Even though he has already a sister-in-law who's a non-Muslim, you don't know the circumstances around that.
You don't know what they went through to get to that point.
That's right. You don't know her market value versus your market value. You don't know his brother's market value versus his market value, right? Like, is he a high-value person? And are you a high-value woman as well? So
there's a lot of things at play, man.
That's why I hit her with it right away. Are you willing to convert straight up? Because he has he expressed that you should convert to Islam. And she wrote, I want to clarify. I was learning Arabic and about Islam prior to talking to him.
Solid.
He has expressed that it is something that would make him happy, but he'd never impose it on me. It is something we both agree is based on conviction. I was raised Catholic with my grandmother wearing a veil. I actually like what is behind the idea of modesty, reserving yourself for your partner, and think it could be more gratifying that likes on my profile. No offense, to each their own. He has a French sister-in-law that is not converted, and they're 4 years in with no issue that you know of or yet. That's my own note there. I've seen pictures. His mom is a hijabi and his sister-in-law dresses Western, casual, live in France.
Well, she already has a grasp of the religious or cultural idea of Islam too, because she's done her studies and she understands the whole covering the head thing, the veil and all that stuff. It's very relatable to the hijab. So she has a head on her shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
She understands and she knows what she's getting herself into with this whole religion thing.
Yeah.
And she's still learning a lot, which is solid.
I just don't want to keep going back to the non-Muslim sister-in-law, because you need to bet on yourself.
Yep.
You cannot bet on somebody else that's in a similar situation as you, and you have no idea what's going to happen. It's like the stock market, right? It may be nice and stable and healthy and trending right now, and then a huge crash can happen. And if it's funny because if issues were to happen with that couple, I wonder if like it would transfer over to them.
Wow.
Well.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Kind of
like the energy.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Oh, he left her because she wouldn't do this and that.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Yeah, babe, you would do that for me, right?
And it's like you're putting her on the spot. It's like, I mean,
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and then there's another fight right there. There's another issue.
Right.
Thing is, I like her for one reason. Like we've reacted to many cultural videos in the past before, and most of those times it's the person not understanding the other person's culture. You know what I mean? And they think whatever they're doing is completely fine to that person. But she actually understands the whole religion. Not the entire religion.
But she's on the journey.
Right? And I like that because she's done her research. She knows what she's getting herself into. What she has to do from this point on. Which is solid.
Yeah, and my only reservation is I would never want to be a part of someone's research or journey or case study. My relationship... me, my time, my effort, my energy. If you want to discover the deen, you want to discover the culture, hayati, you do that. And when you've come to your conclusion, ahla wa sahla. You're more than welcome to come and we can make something happen. But don't make me be a part of your enlightenment.
Okay.
Because then what happens is, like she said, oh, he's teaching me. All right, cool. He's showing me. All right, cool. But he's not a sheikh.
Not at all.
He's not a religious
I was about
figure.
to say that he's not.
Right? Because then what happens is now your connection with the deen is through him. He's the catalyst.
Yep. And there's a lot of different things in Islam that people do differently. To some people, what they do is right. To others, it's wrong. That's why you need to go to a sheikh and understand the whole religion properly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because he's teaching her his version
exactly, his version of it.
Yeah.
To him, it's right, but it might be wrong. Nobody knows.
I mean, yeah, theoretically, practically, right? Yeah, you're right. For sure. And that's the thing is you and she seems to be already a devout, dedicated Catholic or Christian. I think it's Christian. Mm-hmm. And, you know, is that up for grabs? You know, is that up for change? And let me tell you something else. If you were there in that country and you were a local, you'd already be Muslim.
Facts.
Okay.
Of course.
We've got that. If you were there in that country and you weren't, you would have to convert.
Most likely.
No. Listen, we can't, I'm not going to sit here and sing Kumbaya and paint a picture where it's like, oh, we are the world, we are the children. You have to convert or we can't get married.
Oh, to get married.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying in general to be there.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. That's
No, to get married.
That's 100%. Yeah. That's not happening.
Okay, I'm not a nice softy ice cream guy, unicorn, rainbows, and lollipops, and we're super open to everything. You have to get married if you want to be with me. You know what I mean?
You have to get You Yeah, you lost me there for a second.
No, because I went into a trance. I'm like, my eyes started rolling in the back of my head. It's because it's just like I went into cruise control because of how true it is.
Yeah.
You have to convert if you want us to marry.
That's 100%.
He may be saying that, yeah, it's cool, mama, don't you worry, Hayati, like we're gonna be great. That's because you're all the way over there.
Yeah, that's why you need to go to a sheikh. Don't listen to what he's saying.
So, and then I followed up. So how did you guys meet? So this is to reference your
Here we go.
first flag. How did you meet? Did he inbox you? I think there's a massive Arab community in LA. Would you be willing to meet someone new that way?
Ooh.
He friend requested me. I accepted. Okay. I thought it was a catfish, bright gray eyes and perfect smile. So I called. My logic being a catfish would not be able to answer. She like straight video called him.
Oh yeah.
She's like, yo, I don't have time for your shit.
Yeah, no wasting time. It's either it's you or it's not. I'm gonna find out right the frig now. Like there's no way around it.
We talked and just continued talking. I actually dated and lived with a Christian man from Syria. Whoa.
Okay.
Wait, dated and lived for 2 years.
Wow.
Okay. I found that the Mexican culture had a lot in common. True. Yeah, family values, very close. There was cultural misunderstandings in hindsight.
Okay.
Like I expressed early on, I had no interest in marriage, which he took as an unwillingness to commit to long term, which was wrong. He, on the other... Hey, Google, off.
La colejada!
I met some of his family, including his mom. He never took me to big family events because his family, this is in quotes, his family doesn't believe in girlfriends, only fiance and wife. And this is a Christian Syrian.
Yeah.
And that shows you the cultural aspect of
Yeah.
it. It literally like umbrellas both religions. Because a lot of people, when we made our videos and stuff, we talked about dating and stuff. I had one person comment, actually, they're like, how could you be talking about Arabs dating? It is a disgrace and it is a shame. I'm like, Habibti, if you don't want to admit that we date, then you can keep your eyes covered.
Yep.
Okay? And don't tell me that there's no loss of dignity and disgrace between two people that get married before dating. Because there's a lot.
There is a lot.
So get off your pedestal.
Yep. Close the book. Go find another one.
Yeah. But that's interesting though. So they had cultural clashes here. I misinterpreted that to mean I'm less valuable, not understanding then what he meant was it's frowned upon as an entire culture.
Okay.
And the unity that comes with being in an Arab culture is very respected. We clearly failed in communication. This was in 2016.
Wow.
We split. Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad. I feel like there could have been something there.
Yeah, there could have been potential big time, of course.
But it's like, all right, mama, back it up for a second. You're saying that there were some cultural misunderstandings in hindsight. This is from a Christian Syrian in your location. You don't think there's going to be cultural misunderstandings in hindsight with a Tunisian Muslim not in your location?
That's an even that's even worse. Like that's like they that's the biggest risk you could possibly take.
Yeah.
You haven't met the guy. He's
No.
a completely different religion, different culture, different country. You're interacting with him through social media. Like, what more do you want?
It's game over. And if he makes it seem like it's okay, it's not.
It's absolutely
and if
not.
you make it seem like it's okay, you're kidding yourself because you want your toy.
Yep, and he
You want
wants
your
his,
gray-eyed, nice smile, young toy.
and he wants his visa.
And bro, listen, I'm not against bartering. By the way,
Absolutely not.
Everything's a trade-off. Everything. You just literally got married last weekend,
Yes, sir.
and you bring something to the table, and she brings something to the table.
100%.
Right?
Yes,
Same
sir.
thing with my wife and I. You barter, but in this case, the risk is just so high.
It's way too high.
There's too many unknowns.
Yep.
Then I asked, how does he feel about your kids and Latin culture?
Good question. Okay, let's see what happens here.
He always asks about where or how my kids are, sending blessings for them. Okay, great. He feels that Mexican culture is similar or complementary to his. We talk about our different dishes, but since I came in learning about the culture, the conversation does tend to lean more towards his than mine, which I don't mind. Okay. All right.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know how he feels about being 27 and potentially a stepdad to a 16-year-old.
Well, realistically speaking, if you're going to say the conversation leads more towards him that you don't mind, I'm pretty sure, I kind of feel like that you do mind. I'm getting the vibe that she kind of does mind.
Well,
otherwise it wouldn't have been I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah, but bro, honestly, if he made his way to LA and her family is there, his new name is definitely going to be Jose. In less than a week, he's going to integrate and he's going to be surrounded so quickly. So I don't blame her for the early conversations. Yeah, let's talk about you for a bit. Because if you were to come here and meet me,
it's going to be all about me, buddy.
Yeah. It's, you'll be driving in El Camino and...
in less than 5 seconds. 100%, bro.
And then I asked straight up, I'm like, all right, let's get down to business. Will his degree be recognized in the U.S.?
Yo, you're just slamming her with like all the right questions.
I'm in it, bro. This is a cousin mentality.
Let's go.
So, how many times have I seen really, really smart, intellectual people driving taxis, cooking, not doing those there's nothing wrong with those jobs, but they don't match their intellectual capacity or their studies, their academic contributions. People from Libya, people from Syria, people from Lebanon, so many from North Africa, so many engineers coming, and the Canadian government or the US government says, sorry, we don't recognize this level of or we don't recognize this program. The requirements in your the technical knowledge that you acquired in your home country does not meet, right? And it makes sense if you're an engineer.
Yeah.
Back home they use stone to build homes, right? They don't use wood and insulation and
all that stuff.
Shingles and all the weatherproof things that we do here.
Yeah.
So I get it to a certain degree. But she said, I don't know about that, but the guy has skills. So even so, his talent can be.
So I guess it wouldn't be too hard for him to come. It wouldn't be too hard for him to go through the whole process here then. It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but that's something you need to consider.
Yep, it's a big risk, man. Once again, like there's a lot of things at play.
Work is work.
Yeah.
Money's money. And like if you apply for that K1 visa, you are literally sponsoring somebody for 90 days. And then once they get their permanent resident, you're literally telling the government, like, I will be financially responsible for you.
Yep.
It's huge.
It's a bit, bro, it's like there's so many factors at play. Like everything has to be considered before you move on to the next step. And you have to be 100% sure of what you want to do before you proceed. You can't just dive in head first because he looks beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm getting the vibe. That she has a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah, me too. And honestly,
I think that that's largely due to her life experience and the fact that she started her married and mother life so early.
She matured quick.
She matured very quickly, and I can't say the same for him. I asked her, "What types of things do you not agree on? Do you sometimes feel like he's a little bit too understanding? Like an argument would be better if it meant showing your true thoughts? Because they call it the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Oh, when the moon hits your eyes like a... What is it? Like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Oh, yeah.
That's amore. When the moon... You know what I mean? But, I mean, hey, mommy, hey, you want to talk? You want to talk? Everything, whatever you want, mama. What do you need? What do you need? Tell me. I got you.
Done.
You know? There's no problems here. You want this? Do that. Do that, mommy. Yeah. I love that dress. I love that dress. I love that. Smoking, you know?
Flaming.
And then as soon as we're in person and we're made and everything, you better take that fucking dress off right now. I will be 6 feet underground before I ever see you wearing this whoring. You will not be tramping today.
What is this fucking?
With the whore. So, I mean, what do you want? Which side do you want? So I asked her whether or not they argue.
Oh my God.
So she answered, the only time I heard him mad was at a gambling online game.
What? Bro, listen.
I literally looked at you while I was saying that because I realized what I was saying.
Honey, sweetheart, listen. Let me tell you something.
Because he lost.
After you slam your brakes, just pull that lever into reverse and just get out of there. This guy's trying to give you religion advice, and at the same time, he's going against his religion by gambling. And then
he said he hates losing and bad luck.
What is happening, bro? What's going on? Oh my God!
He should have held when he should have. He held when he should have hit in 21.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
I mean, that's just an easy one right there.
That's
all right.
Shocking. I mean, not really, but
here
shocking.
we go. See, that's the double standard. That's double standard.
All right, what you got next? Keep going.
I suggested he change his outlook on things, and instead of asking why is this happening to me, take more of a what is this trying to teach me approach. Cool.
I like how she's telling him that.
Yeah, but that's a very Western mentality.
Well, that should be a very religious mentality for him too.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, I agree. But in our culture, we tend to play victim, and we tend to think that God is doing something to us. Like,
no, that's the issue, bro. That's the issue. When something bad happens, we don't take it as a sign as God is doing this, so I should probably go on a better step. It's like, no, my freaking luck is shit.
Right.
Let me try something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do more harder.
Let's do something worse.
And ram.
Yeah. Like what?
Let me ram my head into the wall even harder.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Typical Arab mentality. Jeez. He appreciated that and said it is haram to even gamble. I said it's a sin in mine too, in my religion too.
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
I mean, bro, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, he's listen, we can't, and by the way, we're not judging because.
Have you ever been through that maze in like a arcade? It's just mirrors, and you're just walking through the tunnel. You can't tell where to turn left or right.
Yeah.
This guy's literally banging his head straight. Turns left, bangs his head. Turns right, bangs his head.
Yeah.
That's literally, he just is doing all the wrong moves, man.
Yeah, and listen, we're not here to. I mean, I don't want to knock him, but at the same time, bro, like if you have problems with gambling on your phone, then what do you think like is going to happen with a woman in real life?
Exactly.
Because that's actually a huge gamble right there. You gamble.
Oh, you're not investing. Listen, at this point, you're not investing your money. You're not investing anything except for yourself.
Yeah.
And that is the most important thing.
Exactly. But any time you get with a girl or you commit to a woman, I can only speak for men. It's a gamble. You are making now we're talking, like I said, probability.
Yeah.
Right? It's the odds. You make an educated guess that this is going to work out versus I'm making a big mistake. Right? But it's a gamble.
It is a gamble. It's a huge gamble.
That's a flag for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that we've had anything to really argue about. He's a little overprotective, and I feel sometimes like I feel like sometimes like blocking people for him is a little much, but still not a sacrifice personally, because I don't talk to those people anyway. They were nothing to me more than a like icon, thumbs up icon emoji. He has mentioned he gets mad sometimes with the language barrier. I took it to mean like he maybe has a temper, which I expressed before anything. I want to see every side of him to know. And until then, regardless of meeting him, I would not marry until I know exactly who I'm committing to. Good.
Beautiful.
Good.
Well said.
But I mean, she said, he expects her to block people for him. Which she doesn't mind.
Yeah, well, it's at the end of the day, it's not whether you want to do it or not, or if you're comfortable doing it or not. It's what his intentions are with it. Is it a trust thing? You don't trust who you're talking to? You don't trust that you're the only person that you're talking to. Sorry, you're the only person that she's talking to. It's Facebook, bro. Everybody has friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't trust her, don't talk to her.
Facts.
Because trust is the most important thing in a relationship.
Yeah.
Besides loyalty.
So I'm looking at the chat. Okay. She sent me, and you're absolutely right. And it's also about insecurities too. Don't download all of your insecurities onto your partner.
Facts.
Okay.
Holy.
Don't if you love me for who I am, not for who you want me to be. I'm not like this little piece of Play-Doh or like clay, where now that you have me, it's time to start molding me just the way you like. Because that's how resentment happens. Because I'm going to hate you for that later on in life. Because I'm going to realize that I'm not being myself. And then if I stop being with you, I'm going to be a completely different person to the people that used to love me too. They're not going to recognize me.
Well, I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent. Like if that person is doing something that's way beyond your culture, preference, or you're against your religion. Now, obviously, there's ways to approach it, but if
someone's being that way, is that even somebody worth being with to begin with?
Well, the thing is, now there's
religion.
That's when the compromise subject comes into play. Is that person willing to compromise for you? Yes or no? Now, obviously, you don't approach it in an aggressive manner. You ask, "Hey, I don't like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any way we can meet in the middle?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for example, you're going out to dinner and you don't like the way she's dressed. You feel like it's too revealing. You feel like the way she's dressed should only be done at home rather than outside for the public.
Yeah.
And you tell her, "Hey, I don't like what you're wearing. Do you mind wearing something else? I feel 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the way I feel."
Yeah.
She likes it. She likes it. She doesn't. Meet in the middle, man. Like there's always compromise. But I do agree with what you're saying. But to like once again to a certain extent.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Like some things have to be like. There's always going to be something that your partner does that makes you uncomfortable or you're against. Yeah, it's impossible to not have that.
There's always going to be something that your partner does that makes you uncomfortable. That's not the question. The question is that discomfort stemming from your insecurity? That's the question. My wife dresses sexy. She's an attractive woman. She had a child. She goes to the gym and she takes care of herself and she wants to look good and feel good when we go out. Mama, you do what you got to do. Why? Because I trust you. Yeah. I trust boys to be boys. I trust them to be in their character and to be thirsty and to look and to do all that bullshit. But I also trust her to do what she's got to do. Because you can't control the environment within which your partner is living because it's not in your control at all. Bro, fully clothed, modest hijabis can be sexualized.
Of course.
I see it on TikTok all the time, and these hijabis are actually wearing. I can still see their bodies and form fitting and everything.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that's the way it should be. I'm just giving an example of a scenario of what could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's relationship is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The way you see your relationship is different. But I'm just giving that as an example of, are you willing to compromise for your partner, or is your partner willing to compromise for you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there is a point where it's too late to ask for certain things to change.
That's true. Facts. No cap.
So what
absolutely.
means to you,
timing is everything.
Yes, what means a lot to you has to be said in the beginning of the relationship. You have to meet in the middle.
100.
Like right away.
100. Because then they can accuse you of changing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. Let me just read the screenshots here of the conversation. So he says, you have a lot of friends. You have a lot of male friends on Facebook. Do you chat with them? Habibi, she chatted with you. What's the issue? What now suddenly these men are an issue? Then she says, I don't chat or reply with any man on Facebook, only you. I don't even like their comments. I don't. He says, well, I'm still surprised how we got to know each other. Why did you choose to call me in a video directly without writing? Even though he added her first as a friend request.
Yeah.
So you can't really flip it on her like that. I don't know. Kind of rubs me the wrong way. I meant So it's like I added you to be a friend, even though I don't know you, in the hopes to marry you and move there. And then you have a problem that the first thing I did was call you to figure out whether or not you're real.
You're real.
And you have an issue with that. And then you want to ask whether or not I have other male friends on the same platform that you found me on. She said, I meant I only talked to you since we started talking. The reason was I was scrolling through and I really thought it was not really you. I called because if it was not you, you can't answer. But it was, and you answered. Then he says, I'm not disappointed when you called me. Winky face. So now we're flirty. So we went from dictator to now Care Bear.
Oh, well, she kind of put him on a pedestal.
Yeah, she's smart.
He felt
Mr.
Yeah, Macho Man, you know?
She gassed him up a
Yeah,
little.
yeah. He's the little.
Yeah, but she's good though.
He's the little. What do they call it? The pick from the hat.
Yeah,
He's happy about it.
yeah. He's like those, those inflatable in front of the used car dealerships. Those inflatable. They're just going crazy up and down.
Yeah,
with the hands. Oh man. All right. So, and then she sends him a screenshot. That's my messenger. I don't open them. And then she starts describing who these people are, and that just rubs me really the wrong way. And then he says, block them. They will annoy you a lot.
You want to know why he said that?
And it will annoy me to have them on your list.
You want to know why he said that? She's feeding into his insecurity. She's basically gassing him because everything that he's asking her, and she's literally giving it to him. You know what I mean? Now he feels in control.
Yeah. But that's why he's
To the point where he said, block them. Like, literally.
yeah,
She
slaughter
just
them.
handed it to him on a silver platter. Like,
Yeah.
here, what do you want me to do?
But then she says, I could talk to whoever I want, and I would tell you if I did. I want and I choose to only talk to you.
So the silver platter is now a bear trap. And he got it.
You didn't ask me to not reply. I did that because I want to. So she's showing her independence, and she's showing that, listen, buddy, you don't need to coach me into doing the right thing. I can do the right thing on my own. And that's the message she's trying to send him. But regardless of the message that you're trying to send, the fact that he's telling you to block them is a huge flag for me. Because, like you said, would that be a compromise if your partner blocks people for you? It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Very strange. It's creepy.
I would on my own remove my exes from my social media.
Yeah.
Like on my own, do that. I wouldn't need somebody to tell me to do it. And even if they told me, that would be a huge flag for me. And I'd be like, you need to go check your own insecurities and come back to me when you're comfortable being with me as I am. Because I do whatever I want.
When I want.
How I want.
What you gonna do about it?
Damn.
Mm.
Yeah, and then he says like some other things like, oh, I see like your profile. It says you are single, you should change it to in a relationship. And she's like, I'm not sure if you're serious. And he says, I'm serious. I will not find a girl who cares about me like you and ignores everyone and talks to only me.
Brake pedal. Pause. Hold on. Rewind. Let's take a step back here.
Just a quick pullback.
If she said, what did she say to his response there? What was her response? When he said change your relationship thing?
She said, I'm not sure if you're serious.
Okay. When a girl says that to you, she clearly doesn't believe that she's in a relationship with you. Just because you care about her or whatever he said after that, yeah. It doesn't change the fact that you guys are in a relationship or not.
Yeah, whatever he mumbled after that.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's just kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm getting weird vibes from this dude.
No, I mean, no. What do you mean weird? You're getting weird vibes. Remove the men, block the men, and change your relationship status, and I'm already going to try to control you through the social media platform.
Weird vibes, bro.
No. You can take that. You can take that and go home. That's completely unacceptable. Again. Just think about, like I've mentioned before. If a guy wants to come and do that with my sister, I'll break him. I'll put him in the trunk. You'll never see him again. Because that she's not your property. And if he's already doing that now from 8 hours away in another country, 1, 2, 3, then imagine when things are official and you're now financially and legally responsible for this man.
Hallelujah.
No. Things amplify. Everything amplifies. It doesn't go away. You hate the way he chews. He makes noise when he chews. Get married to him. It's going to be like there's speakers attached to his mouth.
It's going to be like a symphony.
Married. It's going to be an opera. Everything amplifies.
It's going to be the band in the Titanic, bro.
Yeah. You don't like that she leaves the lights on in every room when she leaves? Your electric bill, it's going to be triple when you get married. Everything amplifies. You love the way she does a certain thing? All right, that amplifies too. Don't get me wrong. The good and the bad.
But is it balanced enough for you, yes or no?
Exactly. 51-49. That's the way I see it. Okay. So then this thing took a turn. All right. This entire thing took a turn. So I asked her the questions. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me talk to Ibi. We'll see what we can do about it. We'll try to get to it as soon as possible. We got a lot of cousins emailing us.
She told him to move in, didn't she? Not move in. Sorry, she told him to move there, didn't she?
She literally bought him a plane ticket. No, I'm kidding. She wrote me an email. She's like, yo, cousins, quick update. I'm really not feeling this at all. LMAO.
Wow.
Then she used the title from one of our videos on YouTube. It's not his culture, it's his annoying personality. Do you remember that? Remember that episode?
Yeah.
With Shakib?
Yep. Shakib.
So she's referring to that episode as though it's like, yeah, it's actually him, not the culture. He bites his lip and zooms into his eyes like I've never seen great eyes before. I've never done that before. Do you know how to bite your lips and look sexy?
No, it's like
it's like, did you get something in your eye? I've never done that before.
You never seen that?
Sheesh. That one? Oh, did you bite your lip too? Yeah, but you have to look sexy. All right. Moving on. So I think she's just getting tired of him now. And see, that's the thing is that, attraction kind of fades and it runs out when the car could be nice, but if there's no fuel.
Bro, listen,
no engine.
Physical attraction fades away when your personality attraction is 0.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Okay? Because believe me, your looks are not going to pay the bills.
Yeah, and that's a lot of, listen, we're going to be honest about this. Every couple we see on 90 Day Fiancé, it's always the person living abroad is way more attractive physically. It's a deal. It's a trade-off. You have shortcomings that you're making up for through this relationship. And they're doing the same thing, by the way. They're doing the same thing. The only difference is usually, in this case, she's a young, attractive woman. All right? I'm sure she has no problems in that category. But I think he was just a part of her cultural journey, her religious journey, right? She saw him as just a really great way. He ended up being a great guy too. Like they connected on certain levels. But now, like you said, I think it's just it's run out of gas. I live in Cali where there's a dime a dozen. Besides that, the immaturity is shining through.
Wow.
Which I call him out on. He gets so pissed about losing. And if he projects the same energy into life, it's not anything we can build on. Big facts.
Wow.
I'm still studying the beautiful religion that is Islam.
Preach.
I still love it. I would prefer an Arab man. However, not this particular one. Good for you. I'm used to older, and maybe that is why. He's a good person. Our mindsets are just in different places. Yo, she knows her stuff, man. We don't even got to say much here.
Damn.
Thank you for your unbiased views and advice. I apologize on behalf of all the people who confuse Muslims for Arabs and Arabs for shitty people.
I love this human being, bro.
That's a good cousin right there.
Oh my God.
But I'll tell you one thing. I absolutely agree with her finding an older man. If she's into Arabs, Hayati Habibi, let's do it. No problem there. But a nice, mature. What do women look for? What do women look for? Stability, security, high value,
Trust, loyalty.
trust, loyalty, confidence, balance. These are all attributes of a high value man. You find a nice man that already has his shit together. Maybe he has kids from a previous marriage. You have kids from a previous marriage. You know, he likes nice things. He knows how to take care of himself, which means he knows how to take care of you. You know how to take care of yourself and your kids, which means you're going to take care of him. He needs a nice girl that's going to take care of him. A nice woman that's going to take care of him physically, emotionally,
Mentally.
You submit to each other. You cater to each other. You're not going to do that with the other guy. Probably not, especially now after what she said. And then there's another twist.
Wait, I thought it was okay.
This is another twist.
There's more. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
I should tell you, full disclosure, the main reason I mentioned his immaturity was
Okay.
he was trying to do some sexual things via our video chats. I laughed and said, not gonna happen. He didn't get mad, but bothered. He continued trying to ask. And then I asked, you ready for this? This is literally taken from one of our episodes. She used our advice.
I know where this is going.
How would you feel if your sister was video chatting with someone she has not met?
Bro, I absolutely love this human being. Oh my God.
Flipped his shit.
Good.
And I'm really glad I got to see that side. I appreciate you guys bringing clarity to a lot of us.
She literally hit all the right buttons. Like one after the other. Like missiles launched. Love it. Good job. I'm glad. You know what? After that, I'm glad that things didn't work out for you.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Well, you know what? They did work out for you. There you go.
No, they didn't work out for them.
Not for them. For her.
Yeah,
She worked
for
out for
her.
the best.
Yeah, and for him too. You know, for him too. I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but at the same time, you know, he should next time, you know, as a 27-year-old man looking to do big boy moves.
No, bro. Listen,
You know?
I'm getting weird. Like, I kind of, I don't know. I don't like the guy that much. I've never met him. Just
because of
practice
everything?
what you preach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you want to do sexual things. We could do sexual things. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's context. You know, there's time and place. It's appropriateness. So here's the thing. I responded back because I kind of felt for our brother out in Tunisia. Okay. And I had to kind of add, I feel like she used our advice, but it's not, you know, throwing the sister or mother line at a man comes at a cost. You have to use it very wisely. Okay. It's only if you are within the context that requires that line. Because you don't want to absolutely demolish the man, obliterate him, and then judge him on that behavior that you caused. That's not fair, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
You don't bring the worst out of someone and be like, aha, that's who you are.
Yeah, you don't.
It's like, no, Hayati,
Yeah, you don't bait.
You did that.
To get them to, like.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think they call it like gaslighting.
Yeah.
You know? So I said, I like how you went ahead and switched it up on him. When asking for sexual things over the phone. I had given that advice as a means to try and hold the other person accountable for what they're asking from their partner when comfort levels seem to not match. That's the key. It's really meant to call out double standards in our culture, not to avoid intimacy when appropriate. It's not like a get out of jail free card for a woman that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if you're in the zone with a guy and stuff, you can't just throw that in his face.
That's just awkward and it's weird.
It's not fair.
No.
You know? I don't think there's anything wrong with showing affection over the phone if you're comfortable. But he was clearly under the impression that this could be done. Okay? You're talking about life, you're talking about studies, you're showing him pictures of your home and he talked about your mom to his mom about you and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, COVID, loneliness, depression, isolation, anxiety. Stack it all up. Yeah, so what? I want a little something on video if we're gonna do this. You know? That's why I kind of tweaked it a bit.
I like that.
For him. Do you think that you had built, so this is me again in the email, do you think that you had built a strong enough relationship for him to have requested this? The physical attraction was clearly high. They're both physically attractive people. So I don't want to be too hard on him. Saying, and I quote, not gonna happen, seems to be more of a rejection than an explanation. Was he ever your partner at this point? You were discussing filing paperwork to have him travel to the US to see you. Do you not think you had established a foundation to be a bit sensual over the phone? I just want to make sure you didn't gas him up, only to judge him afterwards. Either way, maturity is a major factor, but even the most mature people can have their moments.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Very well put together.
Thank you. So then she replied, I totally get where you're coming from, but I have never been very open with him. I don't feel we were on the same page. We had only been talking about a month. I would feel like I'm trying to get to know him and his culture, and he's working on conquering more and more lands. See, I told you, different paces.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of this episode, it's the first thing I said.
Yeah,
intercultural.
I was saying too, like asking for about the marriage stuff. Like he's the one that brought it up early in the relationship, as she said.
Like I just get comfortable with him calling me baby when he was trying to push a relationship. I still didn't give an answer, and he wanted me to change my Facebook relationship status. He moves too fast. I refuse to keep up with to a pace I feel leads to nowhere. Yes, he's very attractive and appreciate his attraction towards me. However, if I've had actual boyfriends in the flesh, it's interesting, that we have to like emphasize that now, who have never touched me sexually. I need more from a person I engage with in a sexual thing than for them to think I'm pretty. I'm also practicing abstinence, which is something he knows. Not gonna happen, and I quote, was my way of not making a big deal out of him ignoring the facts and just trying to laugh it off, which is my personality. Probably doesn't help. Especially because we were on video chat when he asked me to do some stuff on camera. Let's put the fact that I'm shy aside. I still don't know at the time if he's in it for the visa. Therefore, I feel the trust required, the level of intimacy he was requesting had not been established. I'm not trying to knock him for trying. I understand that. What I found truly immature is when I asked, how would you feel about your sister chatting with someone? I meant to follow it with, what would you want her to do if she were in my shoes? But he flipped out, waving his hands all crazy. Woo! It's not fair for him to assume because I live in the States, I'm comfortable with anything sexual after a few weeks. I do have a very Mexican culture and upbringing. I have explained that I need to form an actual connection to build up intimacy. Yeah, big facts. I wholeheartedly think he's a good person, just not for me. As far as discussing paperwork, when I asked him where he'd rather live, I was trying to figure out if that's all he wanted. He brought up the visa and told him it's something I had read up on and tried to joke my way out of an uncomfortable situation again by saying something about if he makes it to Mexico, I have cousins that can sneak him in. LOL. He didn't get it though. He didn't get the humor. My point here is to not knock him in any way. I truly believe he'll make a great husband for someone, inshallah. Just not me.
Wow.
Mashallah. She hit me with the mashallah. So there you have it, man.
Bro, like, okay, so the fact that she already explained to him that she's abstinent and he knows that and he still tried. And she also explained to him that to get the level of intimacy, it needs more than a couple of weeks, like she said as well.
A few weeks. Yeah, it had been a month. You know, it had been a month.
And I'm pretty sure she's talking about in person, not through a phone.
You know,
like it's...
Yeah, I mean, video chats can get hot. They can get sensual.
She put up walls and he keeps running into them, and he knows they're there.
Yeah, but I mean, but my question was it fair to put up those walls?
Of course it was. That's how she feels.
I know, but for him, and I'm just kind of, I'm playing his role right now.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I'll play her role. Bring it on.
Like, it's like, okay, well, we've talked about all these things,
okay,
and you know, I felt like we were in a position to be sensual with one another? If it's not the case, you know, did you have to swing for the home run right away and throw, you know, all of that into him? Because the reason why I gave that advice is because I'm an Arab man and I know exactly how Arab men are going to react, you know?
Bro, listen.
It's a lot.
It's like you pulling the rope, trying to bring the flag all the way to the top of the pole, and you're just giving it, you're half-assing it. You know what I mean? You got to show this person that you're right for her. You're filling up your gas tank halfway, which is not enough for you to go long distance. You know what I mean? Like you're half-assing the whole thing. You're not bringing down the walls. You're bringing down half of it and trying to climb over the rest. He's hitting all the wrong marks.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's also not only older than him in age, but also in like life experience, you know, which is really a huge factor. And that really played against him.
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, like he's always trying to be in control, right? Like that's what I feel like coming out. Like what I got out of all of this is he's trying to be in control,
which is okay,
not a problem. But no. you don't ever try to make your partner feel like he's in control,
right?
You know what I mean? Don't ever show that, because then you make the other person feel weak, like they're obeying you. She already has a dad; she doesn't need another one,
right?
You know what I mean? You're partners.
That's
It's 50-50.
I kind of feel like there's a huge difference between being in control and controlling a person. You know what I mean?
I feel
like in our marriage.
I agree.
In our marriage, I'm in control.
Okay.
But I don't control my wife.
But he's
But she allows me to control as well.
He's controlling.
He's controlling.
Yeah.
Online, on screen
already.
So imagine how that translates in real life.
Yep.
Damn.
Which is I'm for her sake, I'm glad it didn't work out.
Yeah, and like I said, man, honestly, just based off of the emails and like our interactions and stuff, she seems like a really cool, chill, down to earth, you know, mama, and she's into our culture. There's a lot of Latinas that are into Arabs.
Yeah,
and it's funny because there was that whole joke a few months ago on TikTok. Arab men belong to Latinas.
Yeah.
Like they claimed us.
Yeah,
basically. And I mean, there's a little bit of spice, a little bit of something, a little bit of seasoning. I don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all.
You know what I mean? I don't have a little bit of that Latin culture come in with the hayati habibti yalla yawailo.
Señorita, señor, you know what I mean?
A little bit of sombrero with the kafiyeh scarf. At the same time.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a juggernaut right there.
I like that fashion statement right there, bro. That's beautiful.
Somebody walks in with a sombrero and the kafiyeh at the same time. Untouchable. That's like, what's his name with the 5 rings? Thanos.
Yeah.
No, game over.
Game over, bro.
Thank you so much for this email. And don't forget, guys, we are your cousins and we are there for you. If you want to send us your situation, your scenario, if you need advice, have any questions, holler at us, man. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube. If you're watching this, comment down below. And you're listening to us in this podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you, guys. You know why? Because
you can talk to us more than you can talk to your parents.